mind. Too scared to trust you and jump down. I'll keep my status quo up here, won't let anybody come.
Alright, what is up guys? So I was just in that field, which is kind of back in that direction, and it's taken me quite a while to get to where I am now. I walked a couple 100 feet off trail, or 100 feet off trail, and I got stabbed by a really prickly bush. There's this vine or something like that, a bush or something. But I found this really cool dead tree right here, and I've got some backlighting back there. When I first arrived here, I thought I was gonna look around that field and find some trees that were backlit, but it's a bit too late for that. So what I've done is I've come into the forest and found this scene, which has backlighting, which is lighting up these yellow and orange leaves, but it also has this interesting dead tree foreground. Now it has really changed a lot here. The fall color's gotten like 50% better, so it's really not a lot nicer out here than the last couple times I went, if you saw those videos. Walk you through my composition real quick. Alright, so here's what I'm pointed at. I've got this tree right here, kind of leads back into the frame where there's still a little bit of backlighting. The sun hasn't gone down too much yet. So that's my composition, just those branches kind of leading up. I'm a little zoomed in, but I'm mostly wide. I did exclude this little branch right here because that's distracting. And I've got some filters on as well. Well, one filter actually. Got my polarizer, which darkens the background and makes it a lot more saturated by a considerable amount. So, take a couple more photos and then maybe see if I can maneuver around here to get to some other places. Alrighty, so just wanted to talk about some stuff real quick. So if you've been watching my channel, I've talked about my Zion trip for a long time now, and I'm leaving for it next Wednesday, so it is really close, and I'm kind of preparing for that. I actually, thanks to Chris Sale, he's another landscape photographer YouTuber, he gave me advice on a mic situation, and I ended up getting the stuff that he used, and I think it's going to work out nicely. It's going to get here in a couple days, and there's going to be a lot better audio in Zion, which is actually quite necessary, especially for the Narrows. That's one of the loudest parts of Zion, because you've got a bunch of different waterfalls and stuff. But I'm going to do a thank you, but it's not going to be a little formal thing like where I make a video about it or anything, because I haven't reached like a huge mark yet. So I'm just going to give a small thanks to all of you guys who have been commenting on my videos, and those of you who have been commenting for a while, and those of you who are new. My channel was kind of growing slowly, but it's really gotten a lot more subscribers recently, and I'm starting to grow a lot more, which is really awesome. So I'd like to thank all you guys for that, and for continuing to watch my stuff. And I'm going to try to make the quality of it a lot better, especially when I go to Zion. So I'm going to have a lot of Zion videos up. I'll probably miss 1 week of videos, but expect to see some Zion videos in a couple of weeks.
I'll fix it on my own. 29 years I've been the same, trying so hard to run from shame. But how long can I...
Check this out, guys. So I walked like 2 feet, and I found some moss, which is really quite cool, because I'm always very envious when I see the photographers in the UK going out to these really cool woodlands and photographing moss. But here's a really cool dead tree that has a lot of moss on it, and it works as a leading line into some really beautiful fall color. So this is like actually literally 5 feet away from where I just was, and I'm in this really comfy position where I can work with the camera and sit right down on this log. I wasn't quite happy with the effect that was going on, because I had a very dark exposure down here in the foreground, and in the background I have a little bit of the sky, which is really bright. So I was kind of thinking of a way to get rid of that, and I'm like, why don't I just use a gradual ND filter? So I've got a 3-stop neutral grad filter on here, and it's working out pretty well. I'm just trying to get a good exposure, and then I'm going to check my focus. This is definitely a spot to come back to, and there's some more moss around here, so I might check that out later. quite hard to get around with this filter pack right on your hip. Checking out some different angles to this dead tree right now, but this is a really cool subject. I wonder if there's anything from that angle. There's not much from the other side of the log, but from this side looking downwards, there's a lot of cool moss. Here's an interesting spot right here. Kind of if I set my tripod up right there, I could probably get something pretty interesting. But I'm pretty happy with this shot right now, actually. Hope you guys are enjoying this more laid-back vlog style. I'm not really in a position to be walking around and doing a lot of B-roll right now, although I'm going to try to get some interesting B-roll of this tree. It's kind of nice just to talk to the camera about my thoughts about photography, what's coming up, and just do some nice relaxed photography. But I've actually found this cool subject without having to try very hard at all. So, glad to be out here because I have a lot of stuff to do this week. I've got a video project which I might post up here, but that's for a school project. Then I've got a bunch of other assignments and stuff, some of them due tomorrow, but I've really got to start filming and get that stuff done before I go to Zion. So it's just nice to come out here and forget about it for a little while.
Keep up the pace. To fool myself, I don't need grace. Will you be there to catch my fall? Need to be sure you'll hear my call. Darkness around me and I don't know why it's so hard to let go. Why it's so hard to